All right, here we go. The road to the Kentucky Derby begins officially on Saturday at Churchill Downs. 2-year-olds will try to make their bones, earn some points for the Kentucky Derby, and also earn some supplemental qualifying points for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile coming up at the end of October, beginning of November. All right, enough of the chitter chatter. Let's get down to it. Take a look at what's happening with the field for the Grade 3 Iroquois Stakes. 1 mile on the dirt. 2-year-old colts and geldings. 10 runners here in this field. Look, we got to start with one particular horse. It's actually two horses, to be honest with you, right? We got to start with the horses that are really going to probably have a huge impact on how this race shapes up. And they're also going to be part of the pace. Comport, the 6-5 morning line favorite, is 2 for 3 and has really done well as they stretched out from 5.5 to 6 and then to 7 in that juvenile there at Ellis Park. Same situation for Spice Runner. Debuted at Churchill. Nice job in the debut. Maiden special weight event, 5 furlongs, sitting off the pace, making the move. Then they go to the Bashford Manor. They were kind of pressing early and just, it didn't work out for them that day. They came right back and they were right in it, going 7 furlongs in that juvenile stakes with Comport. Those two horses definitely figure. And as they continue to stretch them out, they obviously are going to be huge factors when you turn for home. But they're not the only horses to consider, because there's going to be one bugaboo, we call it. You can call it a huckleberry. It's going to be Sometime, the number 2 horse. This horse is quick and really only has one way to go to compete. This horse has to break on top. And I just feel like if they try to rate this horse and figure, okay, it's we're going to sit off the pace if anybody wants to get crazy, you're the horse that's supposed to be crazy Sometime. So you have to pop out of that gate and try to get the advantage on the rest of these runners, because even though the time figure is not as high as Comport and Spice Runner, I just feel like Sometime only has one way to go. Has to get out there on the front end. Has to try to maybe steal away from the field. And anytime we're talking about 2-year-olds going a route of ground, I always revert back to their debut. And it's commonplace for runners to debut going 5.5, 6 furlongs. But it's rare to see them go 7 furlongs and be successful in the debut. And when I find horses like that, I'm like, okay, those horses there's something special about that. It's hard to do. It's really, really hard. Nothing Personal and Vost. Both runners did that. They were able to debut going 7 furlongs, and they were successful. Now you can see that the speed figure for Vost is 20 points, more than 20 points lower than the speed figure from Nothing Personal. But I still think they both figure. Nothing Personal, in my opinion, probably figures a bit more because of the time in that race. You can see the time is 3 seconds faster than Vost. That could have been track conditions, could have been anything. But obviously, Nothing Personal, I think, is a horse that figures in this particular race, and you get a great price on this horse. 8-1 on the morning line for a horse that debuted going 7 furlongs at Colonial and was outstanding. And if you want to look at Vost, that horse was more impressive because it was a little further back, had to make up more ground, had a bigger field. So I think they're both worth thinking about, or talking about, or considering. But the question is, will they be the horse that I choose? Well, no. I've said already there are certain things that I like, in particular when we're talking about 2-year-olds stretching out for the first time, or 2-year-olds stretching out in general, right? When we come to a stakes race like this, I prefer that my 2-year-old have some experience already going a route of ground. We have a horse in here that does have the experience. The only question is the horse good enough, and are they going to be okay with the surface switch? I'm talking about the number 4, So Special. That's going to be my pick in the Grade 3 Iroquois, because this particular runner has what I like. Well, first off, I love the pedigree. Vacoma, super precocious runner, really good speed, and as they stretched out, the horse still used that speed. And it's Kenny McPeak and Brian Hernandez Jr. Top-notch connections. You see a great series of drills. I have no problem with this horse switching from turf to dirt. I just love the fact that he's already had 2 route races, and he's looked great in both of those races. So the surface switch is not going to be a problem at all. The only question is, will he get enough to run at? And I think that he will, as I already pointed out with the other horses, Comport, Spice Runner, and especially Sometime. Those 3 are going to they're not going to scramble, but I think they're going to do enough to keep it pushing, right? As long as you keep that pace pushing, if you want a closer that's going to sit and then run them down, well, you kind of need that now, don't you? Now, don't ya? There it is. That's how we handicap the Grade 3 Iroquois. First chance for these colt and gelding 2-year-olds to earn some points for the Kentucky Derby. Here we are, getting ready for the Derby again. It's September, and it's just year-round. You're always just looking for talented horses and looking for chances at value, if you can find it. It's there. It's there. All right, that'll do it for us here. In the meantime, in between time, till next time, that's a wrap for me here on Horse Race Bets. I'm Ken Rudolph. We'll see you soon, and good luck and enjoy whatever you're into.